Couple of hot takes. Click tracks have gotten way out of hand. I'm kind of sick of seeing bands on training wheels on stage. Like, what happened? I think this period of music history will be looked back on as the laziest time for musicians. Another hot take. Time isn't a straight line with clear intervals. It's a spiral that goes like that. If you don't understand that, then you'll go and listen to a band that's on a click track and be like, yeah, cool. The whole point of playing music, listening to music, is to facilitate the flow state. The conversation that's happening between the band and the audience is in the flow state. If that conversation has started before the audience is ready, if you've rushed ahead, if you've just set it on its tracks and gone, like, they're not going to connect to you. It's not a conversation, it's a monologue. And they have to know the songs to be able to be a part of the conversation. And even then, they're just watching you talk. The whole point of music is to facilitate the flow state. And so the length, like the 2.5 minute song came about because of vinyl records and record companies wanting to get more content onto a record so they could say that they've got more tracks on the record and they could sell more. And so you have these like 2-minute songs, like, and I think there's like an Otis Redding song that goes for like 1:20 or something on one of his first albums. And it's like, it's not a song. And you can tell that those musicians were probably playing for like 5 to 10 minutes on either side, jamming the same idea. That's what a song is. A song is at least like 6 minutes. It's always a full moment and a full flow state that you need to get into. And you feel different when you're in there. If that hasn't happened, you haven't written a good enough song. The length of the CD was also determined by the fact that the guy who made it, his favorite piece of music was Beethoven's Ninth. And so that's the length of the CD. And so at every point, musicians have allowed industry to force them into a more profitable box. And culture has suffered so much because of it. Like, I'm hanging out for real music all the time. And if you don't play to a click track and you try and do hard stuff and you're tight, fucking props to you. You're like one of the last real musicians out here. Click tracks are great for practice, but leave them at home. Like, the stage is the test. Come on. And so as a musician, your main priority should be to be getting into the flow state every day. And that's really the space of practice. Like, otherwise you're kind of pretending to be a musician. If you're not relaxed, feeling it, flowing, then something's missing. It's the whole point. Your flow state facilitates other flow states. And those flow states facilitate inspiration, growth, change. It's the whole point. To double up on that, metal music is the most effective for this. And why is that? Well, it has the most amount of noise and it has the most amount of like chaotic order. It's the most notes that you hear out of most genres of music at any one time. It's hard, it's fast, the subject matter is dark. This is to facilitate like alchemical growth. At metal shows, the singer will call for the horns. This is another thing that's just completely been bastardized. Like, this doesn't represent Satan, and it never has. It's actually like a gypsy warning that wards off all like dark spirits. And so we have all these metal people, all these outcasts, nerds, you know, darker fringes of society. They show up and it's an incredibly wholesome environment, and they transmute their darkness into energy, into movement, and they all come out brighter. And those people in that room have to do it. They have bigger problems than people who like pop music. They have to continue to show up and continue to do this process to feel like themselves. And these people are experiencing true music and the true value of music. It's not a commodity. It's not something to drink to. It's like incredibly important and necessary for the health of our society and for the health of our individual people and our hearts and our souls. Getting into that flow state, maintaining that, celebrating that, building venues and events around that is actually what we need. We don't need any more reels, and we don't need any curated sets on click tracks. that happen the exact same way every single time. Like, no one's asking for that.